Hello, everyone! Welcome back to Story English Hub. This is the channel where you practice English by listening to real-life stories and powerful lessons. Today's topic is something we all know too well, scrolling. Let's dive in together and explore this problem, and of course, improve our English along the way. Think about the last time you were in bed, ready to sleep, but you kept scrolling. Or maybe you were at work, supposed to focus, but your phone was right there on the desk. Even with friends or family around, the temptation never leaves us. Our phones follow us everywhere, and as long as they're near, we eventually pick them up. Sometimes it doesn't even feel like a decision. We open our screens almost automatically without thinking, and later we feel guilty for wasting time. Many of us want to stop, but we can't. Why? Imagine you get a notification. You don't know what it is until you check. Maybe it's a message from a friend. Maybe it's an email about work. Maybe it's your bank saying you got paid, or maybe it's bad news. Until you unlock your phone, you don't know. That uncertainty creates anxiety. So you check. Most of the time, it's nothing important. But that small cycle, uncertainty, anxiety, checking, repeats hundreds of times a day. Notifications exploit our psychology. They grab our attention not with content, but with doubt. Over time, we don't even wait for the buzz or the ping. We start checking preemptively, refreshing our email, our feeds, our messages, just to feel certain again. The problem is, the more we use our phones this way, the more anxious we actually become. Psychologist Jean Twenge, in her book Generations, presents evidence that since smartphones became common around 2012, mental health among young people has dropped dramatically. Feelings of dissatisfaction, unhappiness, and anxiety have nearly doubled. Of course, correlation is not causation, but even after considering other explanations, the strongest link remains: increased phone and social media use. From my own experience, I can confirm this. When I don't have my phone with me, I feel uneasy. When I'm waiting for news, I check it again and again, even though I know checking won't to make that email come faster. This creates a vicious cycle. Phones exploit our anxiety to grab our attention, but the more we use them, the more anxious we feel overall. The result? We're stuck in a loop. Anxiety causes phone use, and phone use increases anxiety. At this point, many people say we're addicted to dopamine. The popular explanation is simple. Each time you check your phone, you get a little reward, a small boost of dopamine. Because dopamine feels good, you keep coming back. Add a little uncertainty. Sometimes the notification is exciting, sometimes it's boring, and it becomes even more addictive, like a slot machine. And in truth, boredom makes it worse. The moment we feel a little bored, we grab the phone. Why? Because we know there's always something interesting inside. A funny video, a message, a new post. Algorithms are designed to show us exactly what we like, so the temptation is nearly impossible to resist. Some people have responded with a trend called dopamine fasting.
The idea is that if we reduce all sources of pleasure, not just phones, but tasty food, music,
even social interactions, we can reset our dopamine levels. But here's the truth. Dopamine fasting doesn't really reset your brain chemistry. Even experts who promoted it admit it's more about avoiding overstimulation. In reality, it's closer to an abstinence technique. By removing easy pleasures, you give your brain the chance to adapt and relearn what real satisfaction feels like. In fact, philosophers like Aristotle said something similar centuries ago. Pleasure is a habit. We train ourselves to enjoy certain things by repeating them. If we constantly use our phones for entertainment, we are training ourselves to find the most pleasure in screens and less in the real world. Still, I think there's a simple reason we forget. Scrolling is fun. Watching videos, chatting with friends, following people on TikTok, these things genuinely make us happy. It's not only about dopamine or addiction, it's about pleasure. We keep scrolling because we like it. But not all pleasure is positive.
there's another darker side.
In 2017, Facebook changed its algorithm. Instead of just likes, they prioritized emotional reactions, especially anger. Why? Because angry posts kept people on the platform longer. And they were right. Content that made people upset was shared more, watched more, and clicked more. Other platforms followed. On YouTube, videos with negative or dramatic titles get more views. On Twitter and TikTok, controversial posts spread faster. The internet thrives on anger because anger keeps us engaged. Roman philosopher Seneca compared anger to madness. It destroys self-control and makes us act irrationally. The same is true online. The more angry content we consume, the angrier we become, and the harder it is to log off. And here's the final piece: complacency. A YouTuber once called it algorithmic complacency. In short, we let algorithms decide what entertains us. Instead of choosing, we just scroll. The system does the work, we consume passively, and we lose the ability to entertain ourselves without a screen. It's like relying on a calculator for math. It saves time, yes, but you also lose the skill of calculating in your head. In the same way, by letting our phones entertain us, we lose the skill of enjoying life without them. Phones are tools, but tools always change us. They give us something, but they also take something away. We now depend on our phones not only for entertainment, but also for information, for connection, for solving problems. And when a tool becomes that essential, it's no wonder we can't stop scrolling. So, what do you think? Are we addicted to dopamine, trapped by anxiety, or just enjoying the pleasures of scrolling? Tell me in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it, subscribe, and join me next week here on Story English Hub, where you'll keep improving your English with more inspiring and thought-provoking stories.